Hey everyone, Brian here for Good Gaming. Today, we're tackling a much requested phone for our series, Can It Game. We're talking about the POCO X7, a mid-range phone that's been getting a lot of buzz lately. But does it actually deliver when it matters? Gaming? Let's find out. The POCO X7 comes in two variants, 8GB of RAM plus 256GB of storage for only 14,999 and 12GB of RAM plus 512GB of storage for 16,999. For a mid-range device, those prices are pretty competitive, especially considering the specs. You get a 6.67-inch 1.5K AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate, meaning smoother animations and gameplay. The MediaTek Dimensity 7300 Ultra is at the heart of this phone, an 8-core processor built on a 4nm process, designed to be both efficient and capable of handling moderate gaming loads. Battery-wise, the 5110 mAh capacity with 45 watts wired charging should be enough to last through long gaming sessions without needing a recharge too soon. Now let's talk about benchmarks and gaming performance. On paper, the POCO X7 scored 681,208 on Antutu, and on Geekbench 6, it got 1,027 in single-core and 2,900 in multi-core score. These are respectable numbers for a mid-range device, but as we all know, benchmarks don't always tell the full story. To get a real sense of how this phone performs, we tested 5 popular games, playing each for 30 minutes. The graphic settings were set to highest graphic setting possible so we can push the limits of this chipset. We also track average FPS and surface temperature to see how well the phones handle heat during extended gaming sessions. Starting with Call of Duty Mobile, the POCO X7 held a steady 60 FPS at high graphic settings, with the surface temperature reaching 36 degrees Celsius. The gameplay was smooth, responsive, and the phone remained comfortable to hold after an hour. Moving on to Asphalt Unite, we again got a consistent 60 FPS on high settings. Though the temperature climbed slightly to 38 degrees Celsius, the experience was fluid, and the stereo speakers really enhanced the immersion, making it enjoyable to play. Then we tested Genshin Impact, which is one of the most demanding mobile games out there. At high settings, the average FPS hovered around 32.4 with a peak temperature of 39 degrees Celsius. There were occasional frame drops during intense combat, but overall, the game was playable. However, when we moved to Zenless Zone Zero, we noticed a bigger performance hit. The game managed 25.8 FPS at high settings, with a peak temperature of 39 degrees Celsius. It's still playable, but you'll definitely feel the frame drops in action-heavy scenes. If you're into ZZZ, you might want to tweak the settings down to medium for better stability. Finally, we tested Mobile Legends, where the POCO X7 absolutely dominated. With ultra-high graphics settings, the phone ran at a smooth 92 FPS, staying at 37 degrees Celsius. If you're into competitive mobile gaming, this phone can definitely keep up with games like ML or Wild Rift. So, what do we like about the POCO X7? And what could be better? First, heat management is impressive. Even after 30-minute gaming sessions, the highest recorded temperature was only 39 degrees Celsius, and the phone never felt uncomfortably warm. That's a big win for a mid-range device. The 120Hz AMOLED display is also a standout feature. Colors are vibrant, animations are smooth, and it makes the gaming experience feel more premium. And finally, for the price, the POCO X7 delivers great value, which explains why so many of you ask us to review it. However, there are a couple of things we weren't big fans of. The curved edges can be slightly annoying for gaming. Some in-game controls get tricky to reach if they're near the edges of the screen. Another thing is the camera bump. If you're the type who plays games with the phone lying flat on a table, the large camera module makes it a little uneven. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind. So, the big question, can the POCO X7 game? The answer is yes, absolutely. This isn't a flagship killer, but for what it costs, it's one of the best gaming phones in its price range right now. What do you guys think? Would you pick up the POCO X7 for gaming? Let me know in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and also visit our website gaming.yugatech.com for more gaming stuff, news, and reviews. This is Brian, and see you again on the next one.